So, hi,
Hello.
Laura. How's
Hello,
Kansas?
hello.
You're
Okay.
the second farthest away, Laura.
Huh?
You're the second farthest away.
Oh,
How's the
So
heat in Kansas right now? Is it super hot?
not super hot. It has been for a few days, but it's cooling down now. So that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything going well?
Everything's good.
Yay.
Excited for the trip.
I
Yeah.
know it's now like
Couple
a
of
month.
familiar faces, Marilyn and Kathy.
Hi.
so Laura, where are you?
I'm in Kansas.
Oh, wow. Do you live there?
Well, yes, I do.
Oh my gosh. Okay. How
Yeah, so-
wonderful.
Estela and Colleen, Susan is from England.
Okay.
Laura is from Kansas. And Marilyn's joining us from the Sunshine Coast, I believe, right, Marilyn?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From where,
Wonderful.
Marilyn?
Sunshine Coast. Not
Where's
not
that?
of not of Australia, of BC.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Marilyn.
Long time no see.
Hi,
I know.
everybody. Can you see me?
Hi,
you see me?
Janice.
Oh, it's Brenda. Can you see me or not?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, hi. Hi, everybody.
Did you press OK?
Yeah.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat. Hi, Pat. Are you over on Vancouver Island at the moment?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay. So we're all spread out. It's fantastic.
Pat is my cousin.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Hi.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm actually not Roy Harvey. I'm just
I
using his computer.
Who are you?
I'm Anna.
Anna. Oh, yes, Anna Dean.
We'll call
Yes.
you Roy on the trip.
Yeah.
How do we?
Your new
Okay.
nickname, Anna.
So,
Everybody face up all at the same time, or
Depends.
so I think we're all here, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Probably.
7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost.
One missing.
You
I
go.
think. Sandy.
Sandy
couldn't
can't make
today.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
can't see everybody all at once.
Yeah.
Should I be able to see everybody all at once?
So if it's okay, let's just do a very quick overview of the trip, and then we give you some more information, other information aside from the itinerary. And then if you have any questions, just
Yeah, the questions
for
are
it.
good to ask from the Zoom meeting, because
That's-
if there's something we can look up, we'll have it in time.
Yes, exactly. So the trip, just very succinctly, we'll arrive in Buenos Aires. Some of us will be going before, some of us
Arrived the same
arrive
day.
the same day. But anyway, it starts on the 22nd. We have 3 nights in Buenos Aires where we visit, obviously, the city and other places, attractions, and we do different activities. Then we will be flying to the city of Salta. That's a 2.5-hour flight, nice and short. And we will be picked up there. We have 1 night in the city of Salta. Then the next day, we take the bus and we go south to the northern wine district. It's the high altitude wineries. But more than that, it's the geography that is
it's
stunning.
Stunning there.
Beautiful. Then we have 1 night in Cafayate. Sorry, I'm so nervous. 1 night in Cafayate. And then
So it's like a loop. So
Yeah.
Salta's here, and then the loop goes down just into the wine region, and then up again on the west side. All the area it's stunning.
Yeah, and you can see it on the map how we do this loop. We go down one side and then back up. And when we come back up, we'll have 2 nights in Cachi, beautiful town with, if I remember correctly, and don't hold me, it's got a beautiful little archaeological museum. And in these 2 days, we visit, people have
I'm gonna show you
disappeared.
the map.
Okay.
Sorry, while you're talking about that.
Okay, so
So there are areas, there are art, their crafts, their artwork is in that area. When we go up to Cachi, if you look south of that, there's a little town called Seclantas, and it's where Stella and her husband met the original weaver, and I think he has
He-
since passed away.
He has,
But
yes.
he's world famous, and we get to go into this small village where they're still
Yeah.
weaving.
But his family, at least a lot, 2 years, no.
It's still his
In 2017,
yeah.
we went. It was still his children and his wife that were working there. And we will also visit an amazing cacti. I don't even know if to call it a forest because it doesn't look like a forest, but it's in the high plateau and it's just for miles and miles, these giant cacti.
And that's where they have the guanacos, which are relatives of the llamas.
Yeah, there
And you just drive for like half an hour and there's all these beautiful guanacos, and it's literally a huge cactus national park. It's stunning.
And here is where we also, at some point, we have that lovely lunch at Molinos, which you can see actually on the map.
Yeah.
You've already you have chosen what you wanted to eat. And I hope some of you are, well, I'm not a huge carnivore, but that's one thing. I didn't choose beef, but anyway, Argentina is famous for that. And
then there's one more night in Salta, only because it's a long drive if we were to go directly up to Tilcara. So then from Salta, which we spend a night, Salta is a beautiful little town, and we're staying in a colonial hotel, which is walkable to all the squares and the beautiful churches. And we'll have in all of the northern part, we'll have a guide with us, and we'll have a driver, so we'll be in the same bus with them. And even the guide, if you go into certain areas, like in Tilcara, they have a fort.
Yeah.
That's a pre-Incan fort, but we'll have a local guide as well that knows everything about that. So you'll have a lot of guides.
but we pick up the guide and the driver in Salta
Yeah.
when we arrive at the airport. Okay, and then we start the northern part, which will be 2 nights in Tilcara, where the fort is, and then we have 2 nights in Purmamarca. Purmamarca is where, I don't know if you remember, the hotel is that red hotel that's so beautiful, and you've got the mountain of the 7 colors. And we do go for a little walk.
We do. We're going to take
huge
it's
hike.
not a hike. It's like an hour and a half walk, but
Yeah.
one of the other local guides will take us through there. And from Purmamarca, so we have 2 nights there. One whole day is when we're going from Purmamarca to the salt flats. It's maybe a 1.5 hour drive,
Which is beautiful.
which is stunning. And again, you see the wild guanacos, and the salt flats are something. They're really impressive.
Yeah, and if we're lucky, we'll be able to see vicuñas, which is of the same family. They're cameloids. The llamas, the alpacas, and the vicuñas are all cameloids. And the vicuñas are the rarest. So maybe we're lucky and we can see those as well.
Which we did on the last
Yes,
trip.
we did.
So
we
yeah.
did. So then we go back to Salta. We have 1 night again in Salta, and the next day we take the plane and we go to the ranch.
So this is, we go back to Buenos Aires, which is a 2.5 hour flight, and the bus will pick us up, and then it's probably a 45-minute drive due west of Buenos Aires, and it's a little bit more, she says. And it's to an estancia that's 100 years old. And on our last trip a 1.5 years ago, we found this gem of an estancia. It's so beautiful. They look after everything, all the food. You can go bird watching, you can go horseback riding, and you can just relax. It is so beautiful there.
So Colleen is a horseback rider, and Pat, I know you are,
What
but
Glennis is.
and Glennis also, but I am more they have these carts that are pulled by a horse. That's my speed.
Oh,
So
yes.
I can't do that.
Sounds good.
Whoever wants to. But I mean, horseback riding, we're not
You
thinking
don't-
galloping.
But you
crazy.
don't gallop at all. It's just
just-
going through the, it's a working ranch, so it's a cattle ranch. So you just go through the ranch area. They have a gaucho in the front and in the back, and you literally just, you don't even really trot on the horse. You just sit and enjoy
They walk.
the scenery.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And then we come home. But that would be a long, long ways away yet. So we don't think about that yet, okay? All right.
There, that's
That's a vicuña.
Vicuña.
The one we just saw, that's a vicuña.
It's kind of reddish.
Yeah, and when we see them, I'll tell you a story about them. They're so beautiful and so gentle. So I wanted to tell, for those of you, and Pat, I know you're going like 2 weeks before because you're going to Patagonia. So when for those that arrive in Buenos Aires on unusual and need a private car to go into town, there's a company at the airport, which is the company that should be taken, and it's called, we'll send it to you, it's called Manuel Tienda León. And as you come out of the airport, you know, when the doors open, people will approach you like they do in many places, offering you taxis and things. You don't take those. You just look to the left and you'll see a desk, and you'll know you've got the right one because I'll give you the name. But also its emblem is the head of a lion, and it's orange. And they have buses, shuttles, and private cars.
That was for one, Hannah, for the groups that are coming in at the same time, we have transportation arranged, correct?
Yes, and I'll talk
And
about
there was-
that after you're done.
Yeah, and I think there was one person who wanted to get a private transfer.
Was that Marilyn, I think?
Susan.
Susan.
Okay.
And-
Yeah,
and-
and then
yeah.
Laura, you're undecided, but perhaps the taxi that Estela is talking about would
No,
be a good idea.
And you know, it's well, it's got the shuttles and the buses have the emblem. The cars, the private cars are called in Argentina, we call them remis, R-E-M-I-S. And it's a taxi, but it's not, you pay for it like before, and they give you a receipt. And this company is the company I recommend. It's the company I would take. So please do that if you're if you're arriving. And I don't know the price because it's, you know, things have changed so much since 2 years ago. The price is the exchange, but it will be what what it will be. And I just wanted to point out, this is really important. If you're going to take US dollars, I mean, I'm hoping that's what I do. I take US dollars. You need to make sure when you buy them that you get new dollars, in the sense, you know, not the old ones that are all gray, but the colorful ones.
But it's also, there are two different editions of US dollars. You have to get the new edition, and you have to get them in either $50 denominations or $100 denominations. They prefer 100, and they have to be crisp with no damage whatsoever.
Yeah, no little corner, you know, that's chipped or anything like that. If you're going to go to VRB, whatever, I never get that right.
BBCE.
Yeah, that's the one. That's where
Yeah.
I go downtown. If you're going to go there, just make sure you tell them and you look at them, you know. Okay?
Mhm.
All right.
So Hannah gave a great FAQ sheet. And that tells you what adapter to get. There's 2 of them, a C, which I believe they use in Europe. And then there's an I adapter. On our last trip, we used both of them. So it's a good idea to have both of them. I ordered mine. I don't use Amazon anymore, but you can buy them online and they get delivered like 2 days later. I'm sure a lot of you have got the C adapter. I'm not sure.
And remember that the electricity there is 220. Well, like Europe, right?
Yeah.
Here it's 110.
Yeah, and that's,
No, in Europe it's 110.
but the C and the C and the I are the ones that
Yeah,
deal
no.
with that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So,
super helpful. Thank you.
yeah, so taking medication for your own, it's important that you if you bring your own antibiotics. Mine is for if I get a lung infection or diarrhea. Sorry to be blunt about it, but it's really important that you foresee what you may. If you get bladder infections, it's really important to get enough antibiotics that you bring with you. Sometimes it's hard to get it to a pharmacy. And if we have a program that day, and you're not feeling well or you need something, it is important to have it with you and bring it from home. That's
Yeah,
all.
thanks, Estela. Because you'll be traveling with a first aid kit, but they will be, things like Imodium and Pepto-Bismol and stuff like that. So there's a few instances on our previous tours where general antibiotics were really helpful.
And also
so-
maybe even you could bring your own Imodium as well, because to bring enough for a group, it may run out for that too. We had no problems the last time in Argentina. You have to make sure, even though at the hotels, they may tell you to brush your teeth with the tap water. I don't. So we'll have bottled water, and it's a good idea to do that just as a precaution.
Yeah, so bringing your own personal medications with you is a really good idea.
Yeah. Well, I just thought
Okay.
of something else.
So, yeah, I think a lot of the information Hannah went through. When we are going to the salt flats, there will be a bit of high elevation, and we had no problems on our last trip with anything. It's because we're doing it so slowly. If it takes an hour and a half and it's not really that high, I think it's 3,200 meters.
Is the highest.
But no one had any problems. But if you are prone to that, you could get medication for that if you think you need it.
Yeah, the thing is, because we do it slowly, we arrive in Salta and then first of all we go south, and it is high there, but it gets higher as we go north. But because we're doing it gently, your body adapts to it. I've never had anybody with a problem with altitude, but then people might be sensitive in different ways.
So, and the weather, because you're going into, not you, but we will be going into their spring, turning into summer. So the daytime could be really lovely. At night, just because it's in the desert, certain parts of it.
It's very dry.
It
cools off.
Take a fleecy or something to keep you warm.
Yeah.
And a sweater.
And I always say in Buenos Aires, it hardly ever rains. And of course, when we were there last time, it rained both days. Yeah, thank you very much. So you might want to have a shell, something that, because we're still going to do the programs in the rain or not. So it's good to be prepared with something like
even one of those little ponchos that you can get that are reasonably priced.
Yeah. When we went last time, there was somebody selling umbrellas and making a mint because all the tourists, were caught in the rain. Anyway,
so
I will just jump in. I just looked at the weather this morning, and in Salta, it's a high of 17 during the day and a low of 6 at night. So it really does range quite a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
Especially
nice and sunny though.
And it's very dry, except when it rains.
Yeah. So the last time we went, we left September 8th. So it was earlier and in the daytime, it really was
Warm.
lovely.
Yeah.
So it will be warmer than
Last time.
when we went.
Yeah. And personally, I don't mind if it's cool at night because I like to be cozy in bed and not hot, you know, but that's just me.
So Hannah, were you gonna talk about the accommodations?
Yeah, do you mind if I just jump in here? So a couple other things, oh, in your final documents, I'll be providing that full list of the packing list and also these frequently asked questions. If you have, there's more than that, just what's on this slide. I have a whole document. But if you have any other questions between now and September the 10th, when we're meeting in person, I can add that and we can add them into your document package. Some other things to go through are SIM cards. If you want to use your phone or your internet on your phone while you're traveling, you could get a physical SIM card when you arrive into Buenos Aires. There's a few kiosks at the airport that you can buy them from. Or if you want, you could get an eSIM, an electronic SIM, which Colleen, you did on the last tour in Morocco. So
I did it for Italy and
Oh, in Italy
Morocco.
too, yeah.
Yeah, it was called Nomad and it worked really well. I mean, it took a bit to get it hooked up properly, but
Yeah, so you sign up for the eSIM before you leave from home, and you can just double check with whatever company that you choose that your phone is compatible with that eSIM, because sometimes the phones aren't compatible with that technology. And then when you land, then you turn it on, and that means that you can have data on your phone while you're traveling without getting dinged for roaming from your home plan. So it usually works out to be less expensive to do it that way. Or you could also do, if you have your home phone plan, you could do pay roaming as you go. I know mine, for instance, is $15 a day, so it adds up pretty quickly. But all the hotels have Wi-Fi, so if you feel like you don't need or want to have internet while you're out and about during the day, you can use the Wi-Fi in the morning and in the evenings at the hotel.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
Some important other information, passports. I have all of your passport details now, so no one's passport expired. That's good, thank you. For vaccinations, I've been in touch with everyone going to Iguazu now. So the only vaccination that is recommended, not required, is the yellow fever vaccination to Iguazu. So if you have anything else you want to talk to me about that, we can chat after. But going generally into Argentina, it's there's no vaccinations required, just your routine vaxes. Travel visas, going into Argentina, no visas are required for any of you, Canadians, Americans, or Brits. Going into Brazil, when you go to Iguazu, the Canadians and Americans need to have a visa to go across the border, which I've talked to you all about as well. So if anyone needs assistance with their visa application, you can let me know. Happy to help. Luggage allowance too is important. So
Can you just hold a sec? We're trying to close the balcony. It's really noisy. Somebody
Okay.
cut the grass. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay.
The luggage allowance is important because you'll see for the domestic Argentina flights, they are considerably less than your international flight. International for, I think for everyone, it's 23 kilos, which is about 50 pounds for a checked bag. But the domestic flights, so the ones going between Buenos Aires and Salta, and then also Buenos Aires to Iguazu, only 15 kilos, which is about 30 pounds. So it's probably best if you kept it under that limit so that you don't have to pay for an overweight bag. Those that are traveling in premium economy from Vancouver, you get 2 checked bags. But again, for the domestic flights, it's only 1. So just keep that in mind when you're packing. Okay.
And I have a question.
Yeah.
I seem to remember, I know we don't need an ETA or a visa, but wasn't there with a foreign passport, isn't there something you have to pay when you go in?
Into Argentina?
Yeah.
I don't think
No?
so.
Okay. Okay.
I'll look that up to make sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like a tax, you mean?
Yeah.
I'll have a look at that.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
for some reason, that seems to.
To ring a bell. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look into it and I'll let everyone know.
Okay.
These are the most important things about your packing. We talked about the water. You will bring your reusable water bottles if you can, and then you can fill up from, big jugs that Colleen and Estela will have. And a couple of the hotels have pools, so don't forget your bathing suits.
Yes.
And of course, layers like we talked about for all your clothing. And comfortable walking shoes because you're going to be doing a bit of walking. I will provide in your final package an accommodation sheet, which includes all the addresses and phone numbers of all the accommodations you're going to and the dates. So you can provide that to any friends or family if they want to follow you along. It'll also show which hotels have a pool, which has hair dryers, safety deposit boxes, if they provide laundry services. It's a good idea if you are interested in paying for laundry to do it on the nights where you're staying for 2 nights rather than 1. So that gives them time to process your laundry and get it back to you. So that's all noted on that accommodation sheet. That top hotel, that's the one in Permamarca, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Looks so cool. It's something out of Star Wars.
Yeah, it is. It is really beautiful. It
Yeah.
really is. And the
You're
mountains
staying in
around.
such a variety of accommodations,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah.
And then Molinos, we've talked about that. Everyone's provided their options, so thank you. I'm just gonna not share my screen anymore so I can see all your faces. So we have 6 people coming on September the 10th, so we're gonna go ahead with that in-person meeting for those of you who are coming. It'll be at 11 a.m. in North Van, and I'll send out the details about that after, along with the recording of this meeting, because this is being recorded too. So you can go back or share with Sandy, who's not here.
Yeah.
And in North Van, and it's at 11. So I was thinking we could kind of miss bridge traffic in both directions because I know a few of you are coming in from across town. So at that meeting, I'll provide the final documents for those who have asked for them for a hard copy. We do like a little bound document package. And then after that, if you have electronic, I'll email out a PDF copy of all your documents too. So that will include, if you have your flights booked through our office, I'll have your flight confirmation. If you have medical insurance or trip cancellation insurance through our office as well, I'll provide that confirmation too. And then all the other documents that we talked about today, and a little English to Spanish translation, some phrases that you could maybe learn if you wanted to.
But we have Stella and also Pat is from Argentina
Yeah.
originally. So.
Yeah, perfect. And yeah, that'll all be provided in a couple weeks.
And we can also give you private lessons, Pat and I, if you want.
It's gonna be so fun. Does anyone have any questions?
Could I just ask a question about arrival in Buenos Aires, because we're arriving on the 20th?
Yeah.
You talked about transfers, but can we use our credit card for the transfer, or I'm not sure about the currency, or would we use American dollars, or?
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, I forgot to mention the transfers for everyone that's arriving on the 20th and the 21st on the United flights through Houston.
Right.
The transfers are provided.
Oh.
So you don't have to pay for those. That's the arrival transfer. Yeah. So you will be met by a representative. They're going to be holding a sign that says "Women with Wings" on it. So you'll go through customs, pick up your luggage and exit, and then there'll be a whole bunch of people, that are the private transfers. So they will then take you to the hotel. So you don't have to pay for that.
Okay. And the just which you were talking about, the US dollars, that's the currency. We wouldn't pick up any pesos prior to. We would do that there. Is that correct?
We would get a few.
No, sorry. I meant to tell you that.
Oh, okay.
Two things. First, don't take Canadian dollars, because I love them, but they don't take them. And the other thing is, no, I would go to VCBR or whatever, and I would change 200 US dollars into pesos, maybe not much more than that, because it might fluctuate, the exchange. Last time we were there, it changed from day to day, but it has become more stable. But you know, I think it's better to take some pesos. It's good to arrive with $200 worth of pesos. And we found that in the hotel in Buenos Aires, if you went early in the morning, you could change at the hotel. And then there's a shopping center, which is 2 blocks away. And there was an exchange center there that was very, very serious and reliable. And
So we can, when we're there, both of us can go with whoever would like
Yeah.
to go, and
Yeah.
we'll go there and you can change
Change.
what you want.
Yeah.
What about
much
credit? What about credit cards? Do they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They don't take diners.
Okay. But they take Visa and MasterCard.
Yes.
Okay, good.
And
How much
American Express is iffy.
Okay.
Do you have a recommendation for how much US cash we should carry? Like bring with us?
Well,
Hannah, you had that.
Yeah,
I-
so
I know
I
you
said
had-
the absolute minimum that is not covered just for meals is 300 US. So any more than that, it really just depends on your own personal kind of shopping, or if you want to have a glass of wine or anything like that. So perhaps like between 500 and 700, something around there is a good idea. Yeah.
I always think that it's better to take a little bit more than less, because if you have US dollars, you just bring them back, right?
Yeah.
And there'll be
Okay.
another trip in the future, like next year when we go to Spain, and you have, you know.
So also in the smaller towns, because we will be going to them, there are a lot of places that do not take credit cards, and they have beautiful pottery or silver work or weaving. That you definitely need pesos.
Okay.
Pesos. Can I actually have a debit card which I can use overseas without being charged the exchange rate. So would I be able to purchase items with a debit card?
Through the ATM?
No, it's a card that is like a credit card, but it's debit. So it's obviously it's removed from my account way, but
Yeah.
I understood that it could be used overseas without a problem.
Can I just say something? Be aware of that too, and don't sometimes be aware of tapping, because sometimes if you tap and it doesn't work, they can shut down your credit card really fast. Because it happened to 2 girls that we went shopping one time, and she tapped it and her credit card was stopped right there. So be very aware of tapping. And in debit cards too, they can be a little bit funny with that, right? So, yeah.
So if you're buying purchases, is it better to use US dollars or pesos?
You have to switch.
Buying drinks and things, you know, if you're going out for a drink, would you pay with pesos or would you?
Pesos.
I don't pay with pesos.
However, there were places, remember, like in Purmamarca, they took US dollars.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have a healthy mixture of dollars, pesos, which we will change in Buenos Aires to make sure we have along the way, and then a credit card, and definitely Susan, right? Susan, take your debit because it might work perfectly well, but just in case, take a credit card just in case. Because I can't guarantee, you know.
No. Okay, thank you.
You had a question?
Yes, and they do have.
Mention also to the bank that you're going away to Argentina with your debit card.
Yes, will do.
And they do have ATM machines there, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. Can I ask a question about Houston Airport?
Yeah.
Someone had told me that there's an app you can get for the airport to help you get around, or how do we get in the proper place?
Yeah. Oh, I had sent that. Oh, that's a good question. I sent that to you, I think you ages and ages ago, and I'll resend it in the FAQ too. It does help you because when you arrive into Houston, you're going to be on the transfer side, so you won't actually have to leave the airport. And that means that your luggage will get transferred all the way through to Buenos Aires. And you clear customs in, for those that are you from Vancouver, you clear customs in Vancouver. So you don't have to do pretty much anything other than get to your next try and transfer to your next gate.
Huh.
It's a big airport, so I will thank you for that reminder, Kathy. I'm gonna make a note of that now.
But on the way back, Hannah, do we pick up our luggage in Houston and?
No, that'll get checked all the way through.
Okay.
Really?
Although
That's
because
good.
you're coming from Argentina into the States, you may have to go through a customs, like the transfer customs side when you arrive into Houston on that flight. But the transfer time is more than enough time, so that shouldn't be a problem. But you will not have to pick up your luggage on the return flight either.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
That's
good question.
excellent.
Yeah.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah,
Just, I know you had mentioned it, Hannah, but about tipping? Could
Yeah.
you just mention about tipping? Are we, I believe that we're not, are we tipping our drivers or anything? Or is it just in the restaurants or?
so the gratuities are all included in your fare that you've paid for the driver and all the guides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about that if you are going out to eat on your own, like if for the meals that are not included, then it's about 10%. I think we were saying about 10% is a
Yeah.
good gratuity. for
Yeah,
that.
what we did, Brenda, but that's because people would, like, it doesn't mean we have to do it, but what we did when we finished the trip in Salta with the guide and the driver, people wanted to have a little envelope saying
Just a
thank
bit
you.
of extra,
You
but
know what
it's
I
not
mean? But it's
needed.
not a, yeah.
Okay.
It is included.
Okay, I'm assuming that they don't have, the restaurants don't have the system that we have in Canada where you're eating with a bunch of people and you can split the bill according to how much you ate, so that you have to worry about figuring out how much each of you used.
Well,
Well, a lot of the meals are covered,
Yeah,
so that wouldn't happen. So if we're out on your own, you really do have to keep track of what you've
yeah,
eaten. And if they
Yeah.
can't split the bill, you have to keep track of what you have
Yeah.
and what you've had to drink.
yeah,
Put on a tip if you'd like to, but into the pot, it's not going to be split evenly.
yeah,
So
that's
just
what I thought.
Totally keep track of
Yeah.
what on our own when
Yeah,
it's not
so
covered.
that's an occasion you'd need cash, probably.
yeah,
Yep.
good
Okay.
question.
Yeah, it's so easy here in North America now splitting the bill.
Yeah.
You can split with 10 people and everyone just taps their credit cards, but not so much internationally.
And a lot of time they give us one bill. Say if we're all going out and the dinner isn't covered, we'll get normally one bill. So you really do have to keep
Yeah.
track of what you
Each
have.
one, yeah. And Hannah, with the questions, answers that you're going to send, you'll send the Manuel Tienda Leon, right?
Yes, yeah.
I gave you that, right? And with
Yes,
the
you did.
lion, so they know and that it's coming out on the
So
left.
that's Susan and
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I decided that I haven't traveled by myself for a good number of years, and after about 16 hours,
Oh,
I'd rather just be met. So
yeah. Oh, I see.
well, the
No.
Tienda, you're not met.
But with Tienda
Well-
Leon, you're not met with the sign though.
Yeah,
Right.
we've got a private transfer booked through.
Oh, you do?
CPK.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for her.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's great. No, perfect.
Yeah,
Is there, when we arrive in Buenos Aires, is the check-in time, because I know there's a later check-in, they were talking about the hotel time. So would there be an early check-in for us, or do we just check with the hotel when we get there, or?
Yeah, so when you arrive, you'll see Colleen and Estela will already be there because they leave here on the 17th of September. So they'll be there to help you. But
Oh,
the,
I see. Oh, I didn't
yeah,
realize that.
but at the hotel, normally check-in's about 3 p.m. So you may have to wait, but they will, if that's the case, if you can't check in early, then they'll be able to store your luggage. And
Okay.
you can, freshen up in their washroom and get changed, and then you can kind of go explore the city on your own if you wanted to. Yeah.
Okay.
They'll store your stuff for you until
Yeah.
until your room's ready.
Okay.
We will be there. We will
Yeah.
be.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't realize that. Thank you. That's great.
Yeah, good
Um,
questions.
may I just ask regarding kind of evening, is it quite casual or do you have to dress up?
Well, in Buenos Aires, we're going to a tango show. And if you, some people got dressed up. Like if you have a nice dress, it's fun to do that. There's a couple occasions where we can get dressed up because it's fun to do that. You don't have to though.
Right. Okay, good. Yes.
Yeah. I'm sort of casual, but I mean not runners casual, obviously. Like, you know, nice pair of black pants, you know, something and
Yeah.
sandals type of thing. But definitely no sequences or things like that.
Good.
Well, it's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
I
Wish I was
know.
going.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, good question. Okay. Anything else?
So
At any time you think of anything, you just send me.
I'm just,
me a
I
call.
didn't write down how much it was for the American money to bring. Could you just repeat how much American? Was it $1,000 American?
Minimum 300.
Okay.
But about 700. Estela,
Okay.
do you think that's reasonable?
Thank you.
Yeah, about 700. And you can always take out more when you get there if you need
Right.
it with the ATMs.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, always good to have a little extra. And also on that note, not to take all of your money in one spot. Make sure that you distribute your cash, so you're not, you know, all in your wallet, for instance, in case your wallet gets lost. So hide it throughout your different bags, and if you have a money belt, it's a good idea to have when you're, especially in Buenos Aires. So distributing just in case you don't lose everything.
Yeah,
That
Buenos
doesn't happen.
Aires is a big city, so it's plagued with what happens in big cities, right? So you've got to be careful. Don't overdo the jewelry, you know, just sort of understated. Yeah.
But be aware, because sometimes we're going to be going out for dinner that we walk from the hotel to where we have dinner. You have to hide. Like a money belt's a great idea, or if you have a jacket and you have a purse
Inside
underneath,
pocket.
you do have to be aware all the time, I think.
Absolutely. It's a big city. It's like going to Barcelona or Paris. Yeah, New York.
Good notes to have for sure.
Yes.
That's great. Well, I will send out in the next couple of days the recording again of this meeting, and then also the information about meeting on September the 10th. And if you have anything else you wanted to add or any other questions, just let me know and I can add that again into your documents, that frequently asked questions in the packing list and all that. And if we don't see you on the 10th, then Estela and Colleen will see you anyway in person in about a month.
Yeah.
Let the countdown begin.
Yeah.
Hey, exciting.
Yeah, you're gonna have such a great time. I can't wait to see all the photos.
Lovely. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, well, thank you all for joining us today, and for everyone from all over the world. It's been so fantastic to see your
Incredible.
faces.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, really nice. Stay tuned for more information about Spain as well. Colleen and Estela are gonna go to northern Spain next year, so hopefully we'll have some more info soon.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Hannah.
Bye.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.